Hey y'all, this is David, the Georgia photographer, and today I got a special guest, and he's coming in from out of town, and we're gonna go do some photography together. And we're gonna shoot cameras and talk about cameras, and you'll see. Let's just do this. We interrupt your regularly edited broadcast to tell you who this is that's with me. Somehow, in the whole time we were together, I failed to get it on film, his name or his channel. I don't know why. This is Gary Buzel of A Forgotten Americana is the name of his channel. There'll be a link to his channel in the description, and there should be a thing pop up on the screen shooting you over to like his latest video. It should be there. And Gary is a really interesting photographer, plus he's also a ham radio op, so we've got that kind of mutual bond, you might say, already. We've already talked on the radio. I made a contact with him from my Parks on the Air stuff, and we've done some chatting in the background about what we would like to do if we could meet up. And he made the drive down. He's staying way up in Chucky, Tennessee, and he drove like 3 hours to Chattanooga just to spend the afternoon with me. And I really want him to know how much I appreciated him doing that. It was an incredible day. We walked like 7 or 8 miles. We took photos all the way down to the river and around and all the way back. We legged it all the way down and back. It was a good day. We had a good time. I showed him all the highlights of in between Main Street and downtown, essentially. Talked about it endlessly. His video is going to have a lot more footage of me yapping in it, but I just wanted to make sure that I made everybody abundantly aware of who it is. It's Gary Buzel, and he is a fellow Leica shooter as well. So we talk about his camera some, things like that, and my camera a little bit. But yeah, all right, back to the video in progress. All right, we stopped here at the Chattanooga Choo Choo. We had lunch, so we spent about an hour and a half chatting over lunch and spending our time chit-chatting. But now we've made our stop at the Choo Choo, and Gary's getting some photos. But
beautiful.
It's incredible here. Yeah. Yeah, the rotunda looks really good today. You can't tell it so much because of the exposure of the camera doesn't work so great, but they keep changing it in here. The whole counter's gone now. You know, they used to have the counter for the hotel that's no longer here. They're updating it. They took down the canopy that was out front. Now it's just the front of the building like it should have been. But look at this. Those aren't fake rivets. That's actual riveted construction girder work in the building. Complete with the chandeliers. I'm pretty sure those are original chandeliers as well. They might have been rewired, but they're original. But yeah. Yeah, those are original rivets. That's just too cool. Okay, I'm gonna have to quit geeking out over the construction of the building. And Gary is shooting on an M11 of all things.
The 50 Suma Lux. We got a black pro mist filter 1/4.
He's talking and doesn't realize it's barely recording him because we didn't turn his mic on.
Mic check, 1, 2.
Now he is actually mic'd. So now we can hear each other. But yeah, he's shooting on an M11. Is it M11R?
It kind of throws people off a little bit because I covered up my red dot by painting this one black.
Yeah.
And then I reaffixed it to the camera. So it gives it a little bit more of a stealthier, sleeker look.
It doesn't have that goofy piece of tape on the front of your camera.
No goofy piece of tape. So
I have gaffer tape, but I never use it.
Yeah, gaffer tape sometimes can be hard to get off. It
Really?
sometimes really sticks.
I haven't had trouble with it, but I haven't really used it in like inclement weather, like real hot sunny days where it might melt the adhesive or something.
Oh yeah, it might just stick like really crazy to the
Yeah.
ground. When I was working in video production, we used to hate putting gaffer tape on the ground because it would be hard to pull up and then leave a little bit of residue behind.
Yeah.
People would walk on it, and it's like walking on a floor someone spilt soda on.
Right.
But we got the 50 Suma Lux 1.4 on here. And then on the front, we're using the Pro Mist 1/4 filter, because I'm not all about the clinical stuff. I like stuff looking a little imperfect, and the Pro Mist filter does a little bit of that.
And these lenses that we have on our cameras, this is being the autofocus L mount and him having the M mount manual focus. But still, that's some of the most clinically correct glass on earth, literally, that's available to the civilian sector. There might be some that's reserved for military grade that we ain't privy to, but this is as close as you can get in the civilian world. And like he said, if you want like photos with a little bit of character in them, you got to help it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they will take clinically perfect photos if you ain't ready for it. Which is kind of handy if you want detail. I mean, it does help, but yeah, it gives yours a look by doing that a regular M10 or M11 with a Summilux won't have.
Yeah, exactly. And it takes a little bit of the sharpness out of the image too, which, you can argue you can do it in post too as well. So I like to do stuff in camera. I would rather be out here shooting pictures and putting lenses on and filters on than sitting in front, click, 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 click on a mouse.
Yeah, I loathe editing.
Yeah. That's probably my biggest Achilles heel too.
Yeah, that's. I can't stand to edit.
And if you look at a lot of famous photographers, look at Gary Winogrand. I mean, granted,
I don't know that he took anything past pulling the film out of the camera and getting it developed. I don't know that he even did any like darkroom edits.
Yeah, he was pretty minimal when it came to post-processing in his day, the analog way in the darkroom. But when he passed away, there were so many thousands of rolls of 35mm film that he went out and shot.
That never got developed.
Never was developed.
Yeah.
And he donated, or the family donated that collection to the University of Arizona, the Center for Creative Photography.
So I guess they've been slowly working through it?
They have, yeah.
Wow, that'd be incredible to see that.
So you notice that's a common thread. So I don't think we're a rare animal. And I'm sure some people out there watching this video probably agree. I mean, there's graphic designers that love to sit in front of computers, and then there's photographers like us.
Right. Some interesting things I've noted about the number 29 engine. A lot of wooden construction in it nowadays that needs repair work in various locations. This train engine has been here for literal ages. There's holes rotted in the body. I love the square-headed bolts. Isn't that cool? Yeah. That's probably tetanus waiting to happen. And here's something interesting that I don't understand. Why is the train car chained to the trucks? I don't understand that at all. It's almost like it's removable, so you can like swap out the coal car off of the trucks for something. I don't understand what I'm looking at here. Does any of y'all know what the deal is with these chains and why they're chained together? That's weird. I don't know what that means. But the Chattanooga Motor Car Festival happened last weekend, and I'm almost certain this is leftovers from that. That's how they do that. Ba-dum-bum. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I've never seen it in person like this close. I wonder what its original chassis is. This is pretty cool. It's a 1 1/4 ton chassis. So this thing's apparently pretty heavy. The interior upholstery is on point.
It smells like a hot dog.
Yeah, yeah, the eliminating glare.
It's even got embroidered hot dogs on the seats.
Yeah. This is pretty cool. Like I was saying, I wonder what the chassis is. The plate is a Wisconsin plate, says, "Oh, I wish." Gary's got to get his B-roll of the waterfall with his cool little video camera.
This is a DJI Osmo Action 3. I'm sorry, the Osmo Pocket 3. Action 3 is a GoPro type thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm using. I need a mirror to show you that camera. Okay, we're on Broad Street now. We just got our photo, the obligatory photo of the Tivoli sign in his camera roll. There he is. And now we're gonna make our way down Broad Street and see what we can find. We've made our way down to the river and seen some stuff down that way. I got a couple of photos down there. Tugboat was pretty cool. That thing had 2,600 horsepower worth of engines on it. They're starting to set the windows in the Chattanooga Bank building. So that's coming right along. It won't be long on that now. We'll have that building up and running. So I'm kind of curious to go inside it after they finish the renovations. I wished I could have got inside it before they gutted it for the restoration. It's not happening quite as fast as the Embassy Suites is for some reason, but it's happening. It may be because they're having to be a little more careful. Who knows? Okay, we're back to the truck. We have walked for 4 straight hours, we figured out.
Yeah.
We went and ate lunch for almost 2 down the street here at the little Mexican place, the Taqueria or something like that. Really good, super good, by the way. Highly recommend. If I can, I will put a something in the video to reference that so that you can find it if you're interested. If you've watched this far in the video, you're interested. The next thing we did was we struck out walking and went all the way to the river, and then walked all the way back. Round trip, it's almost 5 miles from here. So we made a pretty good day of it. Took our time, shot some video, shot a bunch of photos. I really enjoy the fact that Gary went to the trouble to come all the way down here to spend time with me and walk around for an afternoon. What did you think of Chattanooga?
I gotta say, this is my first time here. This is a really cool place. I really want to come back. Matter of fact, I told you when we were walking around, if I was looking to live here, it would be a thumbs up.
Yeah.
I mean, the city is on the uppity up. There's development going on here. There's an arts district. There's great food, great restaurants. And the best thing I really love about Tennessee in general, you guys are just so friendly here.
Okay, so now that my head has swollen up and won't fit in my hat anymore, I don't want to ruin my expensive Greeley cowboy hat. If you had to pick a focal length to shoot today with, what would it be? Not the one you brought, but what would you pick?
You know, I'd have to go back to 35.
Really?
Whenever I use 50, I like 50. I'm not knocking 50, but I always find myself.
He is. He's absolutely knocking 50 mil.
I always find myself backing up all the time. I always feel like it's too tight. 35 is just that Goldilocks, that sweet spot. It's not super wide. It's not super tight.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back to 35, but I'm not selling my 50 millimeter lens. Though.
Hey, I know a lot of people that shoot portraiture with their 50, and it does beautiful portraiture. You know, everybody's like 85, this and that. 50 is glorious portraiture.
Yeah, especially if you're doing a 1.4 50.
Yes.
You're going to get great bokeh.
It's going to be magic. If you have anything you want to add, what would it be?
come to Chattanooga, see David, go on a photo walk. This is a great town. It's great street photography here. I know David says the street photography here sucks, but take it from me, it's good. It's just got to be a little bit more patient. It's not Manhattan, but there are subjects here.
There's like 7. There's 7 pictures of people to photograph. So, you know, you just got to be sure you're here when those 7 people are. Then you get a photo.
Yeah.
So until next time, I'm going to tell you to get your camera out and go take a picture with it, all right? We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. Something you do is you always have a Leica in frame.
Makes it look special.
Yes. This makes me look like I matter.
It's a status symbol.
Yes. To hold a ridiculous amount of money in your hand. And the sad is, this is almost as bad.